Hello, happy Venus Friday. Today I'm going to be talking about Mercury retrograde and the way people doom speak over astrology placements like this and transits like this and events, specifically with Mercury retrogrades and Saturn. You see it, me and my friend were recently talking about this and how people do this, and I've never liked it. I've never understood it. Well, I mean, I understand it because it's easy to blame all your troubles on these placements and these things. And while they may manifest and disrupt your life, yes, they're not like these horrible curses over your life. Not if you don't believe them to be, anyway, is how I take them. More often than not, everybody's like, oh, Mercury retrograde, everything's going wrong. And yes, that can happen. And yes, you can have people from the past revisiting. And yes, you can have like nostalgic memories coming up. But more often than not, it's not like some bad end all be all. They happen 3 times a year, and between the shadow periods and the actual transit itself, it's about a month long. So, like, 3 months out of the year are gonna be spent in these energies. And I don't know, it's weird to me. Like, people, go straight to doomsday. It's gonna be the end of your life. It's gonna be horrible. Everything's gonna go wrong. But more often than not, if you've done the work, which is a major key, it's not bad. They're not bad. They're, if anything, they're supportive energies. Uh, Many people are like, oh, I have a bunch of exes coming, reaching out to me, and people from the past that I fell out with. It's like that may happen, yes, especially during retrogrades. It can happen because there's something you didn't revisit. There's a lesson you didn't learn. There's something you didn't like get logically. And while that may be part of it, more often than not, it's something mundane. With astrology, as I've been seeing it, like people put prominence on Mercury retrogrades and Saturn transits, but more often than not, it's a tiny little thing that manifests in your life. Like you may see somebody on the street, they remind you of an ex. You may hear a song and it reminds you of somebody from your past or a time from your past, or you get nostalgic for your past. But these people, and you see it a lot on YouTube, all the tarot readers, all the spiritual girlies, they're all like, oh, they're missing you. Oh, they're coming back around. Oh, they're gonna spin the block. That's a whole nother topic on my my gripes, is how people use tarot and spirituality this way, and occult stuff this way, and specifically YouTubers, because they know that shit pays their bills. They keep people stuck coming back to hear about the ways that your ex is thinking about you, that that person you left is missing you, and they're down and dying without you. It feeds the ego. They want to hear about the twin flames and the soul traps, They want to hear about the karmic. Oh, that person who did me wrong, they were just a karmic, It's like that. And it feeds people's ego. And there is some benefit to that, because sometimes people need to hear those things. Sometimes people's soul need those types of things said to them, good or bad. They need to hear that that ex is an asshole karmic, Let them believe that if it helps them heal. Let them believe in the Delulu that their true love's coming right around the corner, Their twin flames thinking about them and being directed to them through magnetism. I'm not saying it's all bad, but just it can be a trap. And this is what me and my friend were talking about, how people use these things as traps. Um Specifically Saturn. She was really big on Saturn can be a trap, and it like people use it to control. And it's true. I was telling her about that. I was like, yeah, most of these systems are designed for control like that with society. But I was like also being pro Saturn as well, because like if you think about it, nature and harvesting, gardening, and crops. That's Saturn's energy right there. You till the land, you plant your seeds, you come back daily to water it, you clip the dead parts, and then over time you reap the rewards. That right there is Saturn and Venus energy to the T. And that's what we were talking about too. The Saturn and Venus are the two sides of the same coin. Um, but before I pivot to Saturn and all that, like, yeah, everybody mentions these transits and they just doomsday it all and just like doomer it all. And these energies are good and bad. There's duality. It's not just Saturn bad. Oh no, my life gonna come to shit. No, that's not what Saturn energy is. Saturn energy is there for your benefit. It's there to keep you in check. It's there to keep you on the right path. It's there to make sure your soul is being true to you. You're not cutting corners. You're not rushing things. You're making sure you're planning. You're staying devoted to what's true to you and your morals and your integrity, those types of things. It wants you to bend the system sometimes and sometimes break them, but it still wants there to be a system that works for you. So one of these big things was like Saturn and Aries. Everybody was like right away, like, oh man, it's gonna be so bad. Because Aries energy is like the self, it's the first zodiac. It's starting things. It's like blazing ahead. It's being courageous. So Saturn being there, everybody was just like, yeah, this is going to be terrible. But in reality, all Saturn being there wants you to do is to check that what you're investing in is wise for you. It wants you to check in with yourself. Are you being factored in this equation? Are these things pouring into you? That's where it's like, because Saturn wants you to grow. It wants you to gain wisdom wherever it's going. So if it's in Aries, it wants you to factor in yourself, your priorities, your truths, your wisdoms, your path, your steps, your goals. It wants you to check in. And that's how I view Mercury retrograde as well. 3 times a year, Mercury wants you to come within and think. It wants you to think about things. It wants you to reflect, check in with yourself. Hey, how did that situation make me feel? Hey, where did I overstep? Hey, where did I let them step over me? How did I grow from this? That's the types of stuff that I believe Mercury retrograde wants out of us. Yes, it can fuck with electronics and travel plans and contracts because I've seen it. I witnessed it the other day. Like everybody around me was at their grocery self checkout and all of them just died. The entire systems just died, and I already knew it was Mercury retrograde glitch in it. Uh, but for yourself, all these placements, that's what astrology has taught me. All of these energies, they're kind of just about you. They're about your inner world, how you navigate this world, how you the energies manifest within you, how you control them, how you tame them, how you take advantage of them, how you remedy them. That's what all this has been about. And I know I personally take an astrology that way, like the inner, because that's where I'm a shadow worker. Like I go within. So I naturally applied this the divination tool of astrology to the inner. And I'm only so far learning about my natal chart and my placements and stuff like that. I know as you progress, you can factor in transits, you can factor in horary, I think it's called, where you can tell the future. Um, there's synastry, it's how you deal with other people, how energies may intertwine with each other. And I know it can take it out to the macro, but like more often than not, these energies manifest within you. They're meant for you to go within more. These retrogrades are meant for you to just check in. Ask yourself some deep questions. Face those things you've been running from all your year long, you know. You've been diving into work, you've been diving into career, you've been diving into hobbies, you've been diving into doom scrolling. but you haven't checked in with yourself. So I feel like that's what these, if you think about it, Mercury retrograde, it impacts technology. Your phones start messing up, they randomly break. What do? You're there by yourself, checking in with yourself. That's Mercury retrograde. To me, that's what that is. Maybe I've just done all the inner work and I've checked all the boxes on other past connections and past traumas and those things. But for the most part, when they come around, everybody's always like, oh man, this one's so bad. This one's so chaotic. With me, I'm just chilling. They're like, what are they talking about? It's like, what? I've moved on, you know? Like, why are you guys tormented by past stuff and exes like that? And I know it's different for other everybody because their chart specifically may deal with Mercury messing with them more, you know? For me, it's my chart ruler. So it's like supposed to impact me very, very badly, but because it's my chart ruler, I reflect a lot. I go within a lot. I think a lot. I check in regularly sometimes, most of the times. Um, I know with burnout it's kind of hard, but I make it work. And so I guess that's why for me they don't impact me as much. Even Saturn, Saturn's is all over my chart. That boy touched everything. I think just my moon made it out. But not even, not really, because it's opposite my Mercury, which is in a Saturn sign. Um, I've just grown to the energies. Maybe that's why they don't impact me, and that's why I don't fear them because I've dealt with them my entire life. Pluto as well. Pluto's another energy. Like I've dealt with transformation and alchemy and transmutation all my life because of the set lessons with and hardships with Saturn. I've found the wisdoms in it. I've found my perspectives in it, and that's the Mercury energy that manifests. Me speaking about this, that's the Mercury chart ruler manifesting. Maybe somebody out there needs to hear this perspective and not immediately take everything as a doomsday prophecy, man. Just check in with yourself. That's what they're about. If exes come around, yeah, but they're not entitled to be in your life again. They're not owed your the new you essentially. Ignore it or check in with them or whatever, but I don't know. Sometimes it's just these retrogrades are just so you can see how far you've grown from that type of person that you allowed in the past, you know? Sometimes they're just here to check in, just damn, I know what was I thinking back then? Man, I allowed that to happen. Fuck, I put myself through that for what? It's like you get wisdoms and sometimes they disgust you to just like, yeah, I'll never go back to that. It's just a reminder to, yeah, I'm never going back to that. And then it just realigns you going forward. Like, yeah, no longer saying that to chocolate. We're in the neutral vanilla zone and we're going towards strawberry, you know? I don't know. Terrible Neapolitan. Maybe I'm hungry. Terrible metaphor, but you know, it's like that. It's like that chocolate. I don't really care for chocolate, but I'm craving some strawberry right now. I'm in the cleansing period of vanilla, but I want to go towards some strawberry. Like that's kind of like how I see these things. Just check in with yourself. It's going to be the main message here. And just don't take everything. Even Chiron in Taurus was a big one. A lot of people were like, "Oh man," and it may still happen. I don't know. It's like, man, that's like the last time that happened. The Great Depressions happened, famines happened, and wars happened, and world wars happened. And like I said, it may still happen. We don't know, especially with Trump over here. Um, but Chiron, you may think immediately, oh man, Chiron's the wound. People are going to lose all their material belongings, all their money. Money's going to become useless, which again may happen. We don't know how energy manifests, but it may be a time to heal. Chiron is a healer as well. It's the greatest source of healing and magic and mastery, just like Saturn. It's like, yes, you have this wound. Yes, you have these outdated beliefs, But those wounds can heal. Maybe it's a time we heal our relationship with material things. It's like, hey, we're too dependent on our phones. Let's go outside some more. Hey, we're too dependent on these farmers that are just poisoning our food. So how about we plant our own food now? You know? It's like that's how these things can manifest. But people see Chiron going to Taurus and they hear the wound over money and it's like, oh no. Like these all these transits, all these energies can manifest in multiple ways. They're not all bad. They're not all gonna end your world or the world. You gotta work with them. If life has taught us anything, it's that life goes on. Even the Great Depression happened. The Dust Bowl happened. Those times were terrible. Prohibition happened. Those times were terrible. But people made do. They found ways to work around it all. They continued on and then they started prospering again. New systems and social constructs came in and programs came in that helped some of those things and gave us social safety nets. That may happen again. I know right now in the news they're constantly talking about removing Medicare and Social Security. Okay, maybe they remove those things, but maybe they give us universal basic income or something that just gives people more money. I don't know. Maybe they come up with something new that just benefits everybody. We don't know. We don't know how these things manifest. But the point of all this is just don't immediately take it all as the end of the world, tragedy. Because once you believe that, that's what's going to come to you. You're going to manifest that to you. You're going to attract that to you. If you let these people doom speak you and let that take root, that's what you're going to call into your life. Maybe that's why they don't affect me because I'm detached from what all these people say and I just go by what's within my reality. But I don't know. They've never impacted me the way all these other people are. Some of them do, some of them don't. But it's just random, honestly. And I know, and I think again, another part of my energies that are awesome for this is all the Saturn, all the Pluto, all the Mercury within me. I can pivot. I can get shattered and pick myself up and continue on and trailblaze somewhere new. So I think that's why I don't fear all these things too. It's like my energies work well with these things. And I don't know. I don't want to be spending my days and my nows tormented by somebody and things from the past. You know? That's a big part of my energy too, is living in the now of myself from human design. Why am I going to let this person who did me dirty from the past take up so much of my memory processing and my brain processing and tilt me and get me into sad emotions when I'm otherwise having a great time with my life? Why would I entertain that person coming back into my life when they fucked up the first time around, you know? Or that I fucked up the first time around? Because it goes both ways. And why would I even entertain anything that I've already moved on from? You never know, too, because sometimes reconciliations happen and things do get better. People do change. I don't exactly just tie people into that's all the story they are and that's all they'll ever be. Because people do honestly change. I've seen it within myself. I'm not who I was 2 years ago. I'm not who I was 5 years ago. I'm not who I was 10 years ago, 20 years ago. So, in that sense, that's up to you. That's up to you to decide. When those people come back around, when they reach out, it's up to you to decide what you want for your life. You don't have to entertain every single text that comes through. That block button exists for a reason. It's all based on what you want for your life, and that's what you have to remember. Mercury and Saturn both want you to be true to yourself. They want you to know where you're going, what you want for your life, and how do you get there. Is entertaining that toxic person from the past going to get you where you want to go? Do you want to go to that strawberry or do you want to go back to that chocolate? You decide. I'll end it here though, because I've got my point across. Maybe I need to go buy me some ice cream. Venus Friday, yo. Treat yourself. All right, goodbye.